What's up, y'all, bro? I don't want any children for no reason. That's the title of the video. Yeah, what's up? So, I don't want any children because, it's not that because I dislike them or whatever. I mean, people say, oh, you can inherit your generational wealth or if you're rich, but I'm going to just say like this. I don't want any children because I don't want them to go through half the bullshit that I had to went through to just make it or whatever. I don't want them to scrape through the crumbs like I had to, go through this mental bullshit, mentally evaluating myself and having to do that shit over and over again, even when shit was fucked up. Like, I don't want them to do all that shit. That's my fucking offspring. I want to see them go through that such thing to bear. You know what I'm saying? You know? I don't want them to go through any of that. I have sympathy for my offspring. You know what I'm saying? Obviously. So I don't want them to go through that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Especially like being black. So why the fuck would I want to have children? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can be rich and have generational wealth or teach them better. I mean, it's like, yeah, you can be rich and have generational wealth and be and instill positive values in them. And it's not guaranteed that the values in them is gonna stay into them for long. And it's not like they're gonna use that positive value to maintain the wealth. You know what I'm saying? The world's already fucked up as it is, and everything's like expensive. So it's like there's no guarantee that they're gonna maintain the wealth. And as soon as I die, or whatever, the government is gonna take that shit. You know what I'm saying? They're just gonna take all the fucking money and shit, and my kids gonna be left with nothing. I mean, I could claim them, but it's not like they gonna follow that shit anyway. They're gonna try to fuck up your paperwork and shit. So it's not even really likely or guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Especially with their mamas. You know how they be having these fucking bitter ass moms and shit, spiteful ass baby mamas and shit. She can just take that money, and plus that wealth is just gonna go to the state. So it's like, why put them at that fucking risk? And most likely, if you black and you have children, I don't want to sound fucked up, they're gonna be in poverty 9 times out of 10. They're gonna get shot and all that. It's fucked up as it sounds. I don't want to sound messed up, but it's just what it is. It's a system designed in place. It's an algorithmic thing of this fucking matrix, especially if you're black. I mean, other races, you could go through these things too, but it's highly likely. It's a high likely chance if you're black also. So it's no point of me having children. I don't want them going through that bullshit that I went through. All the fucked up shit, all the lonely nights, lonely this, out of desperate. I don't want them going through that shit, all the blood, sweat, and tears. Me on the ground, palming when I'm so fucking weak, but I gotta work to take care of my fucking self. Like, I don't want them going through that shit. Like, I don't want that. Having to see your offspring go through that is just like a curse. Like, you're setting it up for failure. And these parents, they have all their fun, and then they bring a children to their fucking world and shit. They don't even think about nothing or give them money. You know what I'm saying? As fucked up as the world it is and fucked up as they characters may be, it's like, why do that? I don't want to bring them to this bullshit. This world is fucked up and perverted. And there's a bunch of pedophiles walking around. This world is weird. It's not like it used to be. I mean, the world has always been the world, especially since the European motherfuckers took over. But now it's exaggerated times 1,000, times 100. It's even worse, and it's more discreet. So why would I have my child having the back of the mind to worry about, oh, if this person's likely to attack them, fight them, antagonize them, criticize them? Why would I want my child to have that in mind? Like, why? Fuck that. If I have children, it's got to be in a deserted island or land that I own. If it's not that, then fuck that shit. And I'm not going to even have children. I don't want that headache. You know what I'm saying? I already take care of children, which was my fucking cousin. I mean, I kind of do. So I kind of know what it's like to take care of children halfway. And halfway there, it's not even worth it. Children, you need a lot of patience for them. You know what I'm saying? Children are not easy to fucking deal with. Children know how to, like, trigger the fuck out of you and piss you off. You know what I'm saying? Because they're around you the most, so they watch you. So they know what tickles you and shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be strong, especially when you you're black, you have a lot like a low impulse control because the foods that you're with, all that stuff, in your toxic environment. That's why you see black women, like you be seeing videos of them abusing their children in public, grabbing their children by their hair because the environment is toxic. So why the fuck put that shit on a children? That's fucked up. It snap on your child because when they disrespecting you because they listen to this person or that person and you got to beat the shit out of them. But it's like you can't. It's not like you can't beat the shit out of them because the state is gonna come and the DCF is gonna come and investigate you guys. Look at this shit, bro. They arguing. Look at this shit, bro. They're arguing over nothing, bro. Why the fuck be in a relationship or do all that shit if you got to deal with all that bullshit? This world is too much, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't delight children. You know what I'm saying? I take my cousins to the park and play with them, but I don't want to put them in that position, in that predicament. You know what I'm saying? So I fucked them over. My parents didn't put me in the best of the children. I would say they tried enough, but they didn't put me in the best position. Now I got to deal with this fucked up situation. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all have no parents, so that's fucked up. I know some of y'all have no parents and all that. I don't even want to talk about that shit because that's like fucked up. So how would you yourself have children? That's setting yourself setting it up for a bigger failure. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I'm not gonna bring children, bro. Especially as being a black person. Like fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you broke as fuck. Now you gotta live in a fucked up ass, crowded ass apartment and shit. Like you already know these apartments. Like you could hear shit from the walls and shit. You can hear noise. Got to deal with it. It's extra noise and all that crap. So it's like it's more bullshit. So why the fuck would I want to deal with that? Put that. Don't you want your kids to be in a big ass house and shit? You know what I'm saying? That they have their own rooms. And 9 times out of 10, if you don't even have if you have kids and you're broke as fuck, they're gonna be having to share clothes and share a bed and all that shit. You know how kids pee in bed and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it can get a little dysgenic or whatever. So it's like that's too much. You know? And some of these kids nowadays, they're like spoiled. You know, they're giving way too much. They're going over the standard. That's why they don't fucking listen. They do a lot of stuff and they get away with it because it's not like a lot of fucking consequences at a level of rate that will condemn them. You know what I'm saying? So what the hell? What's the point? And if you have children and you don't do what they want, because you know children they gonna follow their friends, they gonna hear it. They're not gonna listen to you. They're gonna rebel to you. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't do what they could do, all they could do is make up an allegation, say, "Oh, my parents is treating me this way. Or my parents was hitting me. Or my parents slammed my head on the floor. He was just taking advantage of me." If they do that, you're fucked. You know what I'm saying? So I risk having children. Your children could go against you. I've seen a lot of children go against their parents and fuck their parents' lives up, take their parents' credit card, max the fuck. So why the fuck would I want to have children? Children nowadays are disrespectful, bro. They don't respect their parents, bro. So I risk having to ball my fist up my fucking child's face and risk the DCF coming. You know what I'm saying? There's no point. And why the fuck would I want to have children, especially with this a bitch? Because if I have children and I deal with this bitch, right? 9 out of 10, if I deal with this bitch and we're gonna break up, and this bitch she gonna smoke and she gonna drink and she gonna have other niggas and other people around my kids that I do not want. Or they're going to have them influence them or just telling them stuff that I do not really agree with or want them to partake in it because I wouldn't partake in these things. So why would I have that? You know what I'm saying? You know? I don't like shaking hands with people and greeting people. Like, I say hi, but I don't like transferring that type of energy. So why the fuck would I want people to do that around my children? You know what I'm saying? So I don't want children. It's not because my selfish reason or I dislike them. It's because it's for their own sake. You know what I'm saying? I'm saving them. You know what I'm saying? This world's a living fucking hell. You know what I'm saying? Especially being the black. I wish I wasn't fucking black. I mean, I'm proud that I'm black now because I got to deal with this shit and it taught me lessons, but why the fuck would I bring them to this culprit? Anyways, I'm out. And fuck it. You know what I'm saying? If you have kids, that's on you, bro. Nobody told you to have kids. Now you fucked up. Now you don't even have enough money. Now you're fucked up. You see what I'm saying? When I see some niggas have kids, I just bob my head. Like, did you just, man, I'm out.